Hello, welcome to this week's Query of the Week. So I suppose a couple of weeks ago, a client came to us and they said, look, we're thinking about selling our business. We want to just move this forward. We want to get an idea of, the steps in the process, see if there's any potential buyers and go through the process from there. So I suppose the key thing with any buying and selling the business is that, first of all, you need to make sure that the client is obviously, knows, that when they go and that's it. That some people just need to be refreshed. The fact, sold is sold. So to make sure that that is what they want. So as part of that process, then I suppose we would have then decided to discuss with the clients, look, who the potential purchasers are. In this particular case, they had a potential purchaser in mind. A potential purchaser had acquired similar businesses in the area. So I suppose, that made the process easier in that they had a preferred purchaser from the get-go. The next stage that they wanted advice on, well, look, what do we think the valuation of the business or the company was? From looking at that, obviously there was a valuation that would have to be done. But as I always say to clients, look, evaluation is a valuation. It's, on paper, this is what we say it's worth. But, it's only worth what the purchaser is going to pay. So in that particular example, I said to them, look, I don't think there's a need for let's say us to do this valuation, a formal valuation for you. We can do a high level valuation for you, give you an idea of where we believe the value or what value is in this, and you can have that as a range. But I suppose the key thing would be what the potential purchaser will see that they want to pay. So the next part of the process was, well, they had an idea of the value, was to see, well, look, was there anything in this company that I suppose that a purchaser wouldn't want. In this example, there was various investment properties that purchaser wouldn't be interested because they just want the business. It's not what they'd be buying. So effectively, what I advised in that particular case was to transfer out the business into a new company owned by them. It maintains all the reliefs, the transfer of undertaking, maintains all the reliefs from CGT retirement relief, entrepreneurial relief. All those reliefs were maintained because they all transfer over to the new company, the ownership period, directorship periods. And then, that made it more attractive for a potential purchaser to buy a newer company, with assets that are only business assets. And there was no, the other assets were left, the non-trade assets were left in the other business. So the next part of the process was whereby, I suppose we would have contacted the purchaser, said, look, we've got someone here, it's in this area, this is what they do, the client base of X and Y, these type of customers, are you interested? From there, I suppose obviously it's still in process. The purchaser came back and said, yes, we are interested in buying this business. So at that point in time, then in conjunction with the client, we issued a confidentiality letter. So that's the next stage. You can't, you're not going to issue an information memorandum unless you get a confidentiality agreement in with the purchaser to make sure that, they're not going to leak the fact that there's, our clients were trying to sell their business. So you have to have that in place before you give any information memorandum. The next step then is we don't have an information memorandum to the purchaser. So I suppose what was in that information memorandum was details of, the history of the business, the business activities, the strengths, the weakness, the opportunities that were available in that business, the analysis of the customers, just in high level, not giving customer names, just details of, top 10 customer turnover levels, details of the customer base by type, by location. It was all relevant for the purchaser because they were interested in that's effectively what they're buying, is the business, the customers in relation to that. From there, the information memorandum went into the management team, the employees, the number of employees, how long they've been there. So it gives the idea, the purchaser an idea of, what they're buying, what business, what employees are in there, how many years of service they have. All that sort of detail is included in that information memorandum. Then the financial summary is also in the information memorandum. We usually do it in the way of a kind of a presentation, PowerPoint formula. So the financial information would be, high levels, turnover, gross profit, admin, distribution expenses, profit. That's all, no huge amount of detail. The balance sheet, likewise, we have the balance sheet for the previous 3 years in that submission. And then at the end, we effectively what the information memorandum says, based on this, can you give us an indicative offer of what you would place in the business? Any other information that you would like to do in order to make an offer or help you make an offer, and provide us with evidence that you have finance available to make the purchase. So, so that was sent off, obviously before we got after getting the confidentiality letter. And at this point in time now, it's in the purchaser's court, so they're given a set date by which to come back, and they haven't come back by that date yet because the date hasn't passed. So we'll wait and see. But I suppose as part of this, our advice from a tax perspective, the client was thinking, well, what if I did an earn-out? Would we be happy enough to do that? I suppose I just advise them on earn-outs that, if there's a maximum earn-out from the CGT perspective, you'll have to pay the tax at the point in time of the sale, even though you mightn't get that in 2 or 3 years. So he just needs to be wary of that when he was determining what price would he get up front. Likewise, he was thinking, would I possibly defer any payment in relation to it? I did obviously, warn in relation to section 135.3a in relation to, possible, income tax versus CGT. So there are a lot of things in relation to advising and buying and selling businesses. This is just, I suppose, a snippet of what, advice we were given to a real life customer there, only a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, we have a buying and selling webinar that's coming up there, on the 10th of April. If you're interested in this area, we'll be looking at, what we've talked about. We'll also be looking at, due diligence, the reports, what way they might be laid out. Going through the whole process, how to finance it from a purchase perspective, the advantages of buying a business and disadvantages of buying a business and versus buying shares. I go through that in a lot of detail. So if you're interested in the area, please, come on to the webinar on the 10th of April.